Hi, I'm Kai, and today we have a look how we engineer a sensor with a cable. So basically, when you have a sensor with an already connected cable, there is a little bit a problem in EPLAN that you want to have two device tags, but basically you have just one device. You have just one order number, and this is something I want to show in this video. So stay tuned. So as an example, we want to use this sensor here from SIG. And we have a look at the datasheet first to get clear what we need later on in EPLAN. So when we have a look, we first of all search for the connection diagram. So when we scroll down, we can see the connection diagram here. And we can see that we have 4 cores. So this is also shown here that we have 4 cores: brown, white, blue, and black. Plus goes to brown, blue goes to minus, black for the output, and white for the negative output. In addition to that, we have a look on page 6. I have prepared this already, and we want to know a little bit about the cable which is connected. So we have a 2-meter long cable, and the conductor size is 0.4 millimeter, and the cable diameter is 3.4 millimeter. This is something important, especially when you maybe use also CableProD and you want to use later on also this cable in CableProD, and we also add this for sure in our parts management. So now we start an EPLAN. So maybe you have an EPLAN already done or tried to do the drawing by yourself. And yeah, what you most probably have prepared then is that you have maybe one symbol or one device for the sensor, and you have the cable as a separate cable. And I have already connected this to the terminals, which is not part of the macro later. But when we have a look on these things, this is a really easy symbol here. It's just a black box with a device tag. And I don't have added any part to that, but this is something we will do later. And yeah, finally, we have here the connections. So we have some device connections with the connection point designation and the connection point description and so on. This is something I have prepared, and yeah, I have added also the SIG logo and the type number and the order number. You can make it much more beautiful if you want and add the cable. We have here also just a device tag, no part and no other informations, just the number of connections and the length and maybe the voltage, depends on what you want. And we have here the separate cores added as a connection definition point with the color and the cross section. So what we need now is that we need to create parts out of that, and because these parts, so the single part for the sensor and the cable, should not be ordered later and has no separate order number or part number, we need to create our own part number. This is something we do in the next step. Okay, so therefore we just click on, for example, the sensor first and add a part number. Because it has no part number, we can just think about our own. So I call it aux for auxiliary, and maybe underline sensor, and maybe also the order number, something like that, so that I just know that this is for the sensor. And I click OK. In the next step, we can now create a part directly. So this means we click here on generate part, and then the parts management open, and we get our sensor here. The big advantage is now that we have the function template already, like we have drawn it in our drawing. So this is something we don't need to care about. And for sure, you can add other properties here. For example, the part numbers and type numbers and so on. But because we don't want it later on in the part, in any part list or something like that, it's not necessary to add too much informations. Maybe just checkbox, which could be interesting, just to make sure that you really don't have it. We search for. It's a property. suppress in bill of materials. That makes sure that you never get this in a bill of material, but later on I will show you additional settings that you make sure that also in summarized part list or something like that, it will not shown. So I click apply here, and we also change one more thing, and this is the product grouping. For sure, this is the sensor, so we place this under sensor and maybe under general. Okay, we click apply and close this. And we do the same thing now with the cable. We double click on it and add a part here. So I also call it SIG AUX cable, and maybe also this type number or the order number. And because I have a 2-meter cable, I add this here. It can also happen that you have the same sensor with 2-meter cable, 4-meter cable, 6-meter cable, 8-meter cable, and so on. And that means that you always need to create a new part, dummy part or auxiliary part with the additional length, because the length, especially when you want to use it later on CableProD, is really important in the parts database. And this is a value which changed for each of this cable. So that means you can copy later on our cable from 2-meter and just add 4-meter, 6-meter, and so on, and make a new module. This is something we will do later. I click apply and OK, and make right click and generate part. And now I have it already here, and EPLAN understand that this is a cable, so we can also directly change the product grouping from cable to a prefabricated cable. And we can see that we have the function template here already with the connection colors and the diameter. And yeah, we can also add other informations here if we want. We don't want to have it later on the bill of materials, so I activate this checkbox. I click apply and close. And in the next step, we need to find a way to combine these two parts as one part. So what I do next is that I copy all the things without the terminals with Ctrl+C, and I have already set up a macro project for my SIG components, and here I paste everything and I keep it as it is. And now I continue here in my macro project to finish everything. To combine these two parts to one single part, we add also a black box. So we go to insert and black box. And now I have everything in our black box, and I also give a device tag B1, for instance. And you can see now that the cable and also the sensor get this B1 in front of the original device tag. Because later on in the drawing we don't want to see that, we go to format, and here we want to have it invisible. So we go to yes. And also the device tag maybe, yeah, you can decide if you want to see it later on in the drawing or not. This can be changed here. When you want to have it invisible, just change it here. We click apply and OK. I keep it so as it is. And now we want later on to have our real part, so the real sensor part number with on this device tag. This is something we create now in our parts management, so therefore we go to our parts management. And we start with a module. We go to electrical engineering, module, and this is a sensor. And here I click on new. So first of all, we need the part number and so on. So I go to properties here and change this. I add here KH because I have the sensor already in my list and I don't want to destroy it. So I just add this here. But I also fill in here now more informations it's important that we have more informations here on the real part now. So, okay. As you can see, the record type is module, and that means we have now a tab which is called module. And here we can now insert our two auxiliary parts. So we can search for this. So we have here the cable and we have also the sensor. And very important is that we add here the device tag. And this must be exactly the same device tag as we have it in our macro. This is really important. Otherwise, EPLAN cannot understand it. The function template cannot assign to this part without having exactly the same device tag. We have this cable. For this cable, we need to add a few properties because this is a 2-meter cable, and that means we need to make sure that we add the 2-meter cable length here. This is something we need to do, so I will change this, but let's finish with that here. Okay. So now we go back to this cable and have a look what we need to add here on informations, because when you want to have it in later on in CableProD, it's really necessary to add some more informations. For instance, there is also the color, cable checked color, so you can add black, for example. You have the diameters. You have the cable diameter, and you have the length. So with 2 meters. I would recommend you to add at least these informations. And now we close this and go here to our part, and we can now assign our sensor. Here we go. Click OK. Apply and OK. And now we need to add a macro box. So we go here to our insert center and select the macro box. And we need to give a name. So I call it VTM12. You can make more settings here, but we go here to the macro definition and we'll select the folder where we want to have it. I want to have it in our SIG folder, and I keep the name as it is. Click OK. You can add a description, click Apply and OK. So we go back to our module because I forgot to explain one thing. So when we open up the module again, we have here on the bottom side the settings that the parts are not shown. For example, in the breakup in summarize part list, breakup in part list, you can use this the property from setting, or you can definitely say no. So I would recommend, maybe if you really don't want it, that you can click here or no. And we click apply and OK. So that makes sure that we don't get it in any reports. For sure, we need to now generate the macro, though we go to master data and here to generate automatically. And now we need to select the part again and assign the macro. So this is the schematic macro. So now we can use this part. So we go to our normal project here and we add our device. And this was this one. This looks different because I have not assigned the images and so on, but let's see how it works. So we place it here, we go to number, and you can see that now the main device tag got minus B3 and the other ones keep the BGG1, for example, and the WGB1. Very important is that we now go to the device navigator and have a look if it's really done right. You can see that we have now this structure here that under B3 we have BGG1 and WGB1. This looks good. That means that everything is connected and yeah, it works that we have the right function templates and so on. And in CableProD, we can now place the sensor and the cable and run the cable through our machine. So the next step would be a sensor with a cable and a plug on the other side, for example, a M12 or a M8 plug. This works a little bit different. If you want to know how this works, please write it down in the comments. If you have further questions about sensor and cable, also please write it down in the comment. I would like to see some likes for my video. Don't forget to subscribe, activate the notification, and I'm looking forward for more channel members. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.